Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. Alright, 2012 Ford F150 XLT 3.7 liter rear wheel drive front brake pad replacement. When jack up the vehicle somewhere solid here. It's kind of far in here, but you can jack up here if you can get a jack underneath far enough and get both wheels up. Otherwise, plenty of good metal on each side to jack up. Use safety stands. Protect yourself. And we'll get the tire off. Break the lug nuts loose. All nuts and bolts are left to loosen and right to tighten. Break them loose a turn or two, then jack up the vehicle and take the tire off the rest of the way. You got your caliper mount bracket, brake rotor, outer pad, inner pad. Like to try and collapse the pistons. We'll stick a screwdriver in here, 2 screwdrivers maybe, and collapse the pistons, and then we can check and make sure they collapse and the slides are working. Usually does take a little more effort with 2 caliper pistons than 1. Pretty far down. Whew. Then we check our slides. We know the pistons collapse, and look at those slides. Pretty nice. Sliding is good. So we're okay. We know that everything should work fine after we're done. These are 13 millimeter. Pretty thin. At some point you can probably still, even though they move, you can put a little more lubricant on them. And this bracket is 2 21 millimeter bolts. It's like 170 or 180 foot-pounds on those, so you want to use a 1/2-inch breaker bar probably, not a 21 millimeter socket. the rotor should slide off. If not, you can tap it on here with a hammer and knock it off. And replace or refinish your brake rotor, a best policy for brake job. And we have a coated rotor that does not need to be washed. It's for rust and salt and grime protection, and if you don't have one, then you need to wash the oily substance off your rotor. That is a rust preventative coating, so wash it with some warm soap and water and dry it off and you'll be good to go. Alright, then you can clean these up or replace them, get new ones. They just are friction fit, they'll snap on and snap off. And we've already lubricated our slides, so they're okay. Got our brake pads. I'm going to put a little lubricant on the ends where they slide on those nice new shiny pieces we just put on. We'll just do that. The pads. Don't get any of this on the brake surface itself, pad surface. There we go. Ready to go back together. Slide a rotor on. Sometimes I put a lug nut on there to keep it straight and flat. Helps put the caliper on. $184 foot-pounds for those and 27 foot-pounds for these. So you want to torque those down, then we can put our brake pads in place. So they make a special tool for collapsing pistons. You can use that. Use a channel locks or a C-clamp to collapse it the rest of the way if you need to. We're all the way down. And we'll torque those down too. Now this is a 15/16 wrench. Might need to use to hold these, the inner part. Sometimes they're spinning when you're installing or taking out the small bolt. So there you go. That is replacing your front brake pads and rotors and on a Ford F150. Of course, do both sides, and then we'll go to the master cylinder and check that out. Installing your brake pads on your Ford F150. You get your smooth surface here on this pad. Get your humps here. Make sure the humps are on the inside, or it will put these out here. The caliper will be pushed out and the wheel will not turn because this will be hitting the tire. So, little tip for you: humps on the inside, flat on the outside. Put your caliper on. Here's the master cylinder on the F150. Cap turns on and off. Keep an eye on the fluid level. Minimum, maximum fluid level. Just don't want it overflowing, so clean rag or a turkey baster or something to suck some out if it gets too full and you're collapsing your pistons. Otherwise, when you're done, pump the brake pedal a few times. Adjust your fluid level as needed. Put it close to the maximum probably, and you'll be good to go. Just be sure you pump your brakes a few times before you drive it. Good luck to you. 150 foot-pounds in a crisscross pattern for the lug nuts.